And so she went out for the Boston Open of the AFLA at that time. It was the Amateur Fencers League of America.
Uh-huh.
And she came in second. And so she won her silver medal, and she turned around and said to me, she said to me, "You see, anybody can do it, Eric." And she said, "But I've had enough," and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
So when you moved down to New York, was Natalie down there, or were you guys?
Yeah, we
splitting up?
got married and
You got
moved
married
down to New York.
So after Harvard, you got married, and then you moved down
Right,
to New York
right,
together.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, Nita Kirshner and the AC.
Oh, no, Nita Kirshner, right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. What was that like at the AC at the time? Who were like the big? What were your ambitions then when you went down
Oh,
to
at
the
that
AC?
time, I was really just starting off in business, and
Mhm.
whatever spare time I could spend, I would spend that I could spend away from home. I would spend on fencing.
Yeah, yeah.
And so when I was accepted as an athletic member of the New York Athletic Club, I was training pretty regularly, about at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
3 evenings a week at least,
Mhm.
for 2 to 3 hours,
Mhm.
and then I'd take the train home.
Yeah. Were you living in Manhattan, or were you living in?
I was living in Kew Gardens,
Yeah.
in Long Island.
Mhm. Who were the big names at that time? Who were the fencers you were?
Albert
looking at?
Axelrod was one of them. Silvio Giolito was another one. Another one was the dentist, Danny, I forget his name, Joel is his son, the very good referee. But at any rate, there were 3 very good foilsmen, and then there was a second tier and I couldn't beat any of those foilsmen,
Mhm.
frankly. There was a second tier of foilsmen, and I could sometimes beat them.
Mhm.
And then the third tier of foilsmen, I usually did beat.
Yeah, yeah. And were most of these guys at the AC, or were they in New York, or were they all
No,
over
they
the
were
country?
fencing. Danny Buchans, that's who the third one was.
Mhm.
And all 3 of these men had been national champion,
Mhm.
just like Joe Levis, but Joe Levis in his prime could have beaten any one of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, what were the lessons like in the practices like?
The lessons were exhausting. Odon Niederkirchner gave me lessons that Rene Poirot used to give me when he was up to a year from retirement.
Mhm.
Very, and at the end of a working day, I was just completely washed out after the lessons. They were very good, but I'd be dead tired after them. And it's questionable as to whether I really learned that much at that time. Because when you're dead tired, it's all you can do to keep up with the instructions
Mhm.
of the fencing master, and you're not really that conscious of making it part of your game. You're just trying to do things right,
Mhm.
as he demands, and so I didn't learn that well.
Mhm.
I learned more from observing. One of the things that Rene taught me was look at the other fencer and see how strong his game is, and then try and see where you can improve